If you're a woman over 50, you've probably felt it, or you're living through it right now. That stubborn belly fat that just shows up out of nowhere, even if you haven't changed your diet one bit. It's that midsection weight that settles in, thickens, and seems to resist everything. Diets, walking, cutting calories, you name it. It feels like your body suddenly decided to play by a whole new set of rules that nobody bothered to explain to you. Well, those rules have a name, and it's menopause. This increase in abdominal fat isn't about a lack of willpower or discipline. It's the direct result of deep hormonal shifts that radically change how your body stores and burns fat. But here is what science has actually discovered. There is one specific food, backed by rigorous clinical trials specifically involving menopausal women, that targets the exact mechanism driving this weight gain. It works on your hormones, inflammation, and abdominal fat metabolism in a way that no other food can replicate quite as precisely. I'm Dr. Sarah Mitchell, a physician specializing in senior health and wellness. Today, I'm going to tell you exactly what this food is, why it works, and how to actually use it to get a flatter stomach and a more active metabolism after menopause. Let me tell you about Mary. She was 56 when she first came to see me. Mary was a former athlete who had run 3 marathons in her life. Even now, she was still walking 45 minutes a day, eating clean, barely drinking, and sleeping well. And yet, in the 3 years since she started menopause, her waistline had grown by over 4 inches. 4 inches, without changing her food or her activity levels. She was frustrated and exhausted from fighting her own body. She just wanted to understand why. When I explained what was actually happening inside her, it changed everything for her. There are 3 biological mechanisms that explain why belly fat settles in so easily after menopause and why it's so resistant to typical methods. Mechanism number 1 is the drop in estrogen, which changes where your fat is stored. Before menopause, estrogen tells your body to store fat in your hips and thighs, away from your vital organs. It's a protective mechanism. When estrogen drops, that guidance system disappears. Your body shifts toward what we call android storage, which is deep, visceral abdominal fat. This isn't just a cosmetic issue. Visceral fat is metabolically active and dangerous. Mechanism number 2 is insulin resistance. Lower estrogen levels make your cells less sensitive to insulin, meaning glucose stays in your bloodstream longer. Your pancreas overcompensates by pumping out more insulin, and excess insulin sends a loud, clear signal to your belly fat cells. Store, store, store. This happens regardless of what you eat. Even on a perfect diet, uncontrolled insulin resistance will drive visceral storage. Mechanism number 3 is chronic inflammation. Menopause triggers a significant rise in inflammatory markers like IL-6 and CRP. This low-grade systemic inflammation disrupts your fat metabolism and reduces lipolysis, which is your body's ability to burn fat. To make matters worse, visceral fat itself produces these inflammatory substances, creating a vicious cycle that feeds itself. Hormones, insulin, and inflammation. Those are the 3 targets, and the food I'm talking about hits all 3 at once. That food is flaxseed, specifically freshly ground flax seeds. Now, wait, don't click away. I know flax seeds aren't exactly exotic or glamorous, but what science has discovered about their impact on menopausal belly fat is remarkable. A study published in the journal Nutrition Research followed overweight menopausal women for 12 weeks. One group added 30 grams of ground flaxseed to their daily diet, while the control group changed nothing. The flaxseed group lost an average of over an inch from their waistline, with no other dietary changes or extra exercise. The control group saw 0 change. Another study in the journal Menopause showed that daily flax supplementation significantly reduced abdominal fat mass measured by DEXA scans. So, why flax seeds? It comes down to three precise biological reasons. First, lignans. Flax seeds are the richest source of lignans on the planet, containing up to 800 times more than other plant foods. Lignans are phytoestrogens. When your natural estrogen drops, these plant compounds can weakly bind to your estrogen receptors. It's not as powerful as hormone replacement therapy, but it's enough to dampen the effects of estrogen deficiency, specifically the redistribution of fat to your belly. Reason number two is ALA omega-3 fatty acids. Flax is the most concentrated plant source of alpha-linolenic acid, which shuts down systemic inflammation. Less inflammation means a better ability to burn stored fat. Reason number three is soluble fiber and its effect on blood sugar. Flax seeds contain mucilage, a fiber that forms a gel in your gut. This slows down carb absorption, preventing the insulin spikes that tell your body to store belly fat. It's a natural way to stabilize blood sugar without the side effects of medication. Here's the exact protocol I started with Mary. Step 1 is the grind. This is non-negotiable. Whole flax seeds will pass right through you without being digested. You have to grind them to get the nutrients. Use a simple coffee grinder for 30 seconds. Keep the ground seeds in an airtight container in the fridge and eat them within 3 days, because those omega-3s oxidize quickly. Step 2 is the dose. Aim for 25 to 30 grams a day, which is about 2 rounded tablespoons. Start slow to let your digestion adjust. Maybe half a tablespoon for the first few days, then work your way up over 3 weeks. Step 3 is how to eat them. Ground flax has a mild, nutty flavor. It goes in everything. Mix it into your morning yogurt, a smoothie, or even into pancake batter. It holds up well to moderate heat. The key is consistency. 2 tablespoons every single day. Step 4 is hydration. Because flax fiber absorbs so much water, you need to drink at least 50 ounces of water a day to keep things moving. Finally, step 5 is patience. You'll see measurable results starting around the 8 to 16 week mark. This isn't a 2-week fix. It takes time for the lignans to build up and for your receptors to respond. The biggest mistakes I see are people eating the seeds whole, using pre-ground seeds that have gone rancid, or expecting a miracle while still eating a diet high in processed sugars. Flax seeds are a powerful tool, but they work best as part of an anti-inflammatory lifestyle. Also, a quick note, if you are on HRT, blood thinners, or have a history of hormone-dependent cancer, please check with your doctor before adding high doses of flax to your routine. 4 months after our first meeting, Mary came back for a follow-up. Her waistline was down by nearly 2.5 inches. Her blood sugar had improved, and surprisingly, her hot flashes had significantly calmed down. She told me she never thought such a boring food could produce such a result. She thought she needed something extreme, but she just needed to understand how her body had changed. Remember, menopausal belly fat isn't just about calories. It's about hormones, insulin, and inflammation. If you have a coffee grinder in a drawer somewhere, you already have what you need to start. Share this video with a friend who might be struggling with the same thing. And make sure to subscribe to the Dr. Sarah Mitchell channel for more science-based solutions for women over 50. Your body has changed the rules, and it's time you learn the new ones. Before I go, I want to mention the role of cortisol. We talk a lot about estrogen, but stress is a huge factor in visceral fat. After menopause, your body is more sensitive to stress. High cortisol levels drive fat straight to the midsection. Adding just 20 minutes of stress management, like deep breathing or a walk in nature, can actually lower your morning cortisol and help shrink your waistline. Also, don't forget your muscles. Muscle burns calories even when you're sleeping. After 50, we lose muscle mass quickly, which slows our metabolism. Just 2 sessions of light strength training a week can reactivate that metabolic fire. Pair that with your flax seeds, some wild-caught salmon, and plenty of cruciferous veggies like broccoli, and you're giving your body exactly what it needs to thrive in this new phase. This isn't about a temporary diet. It's about a new strategy for a new you. I'll see you in the next video.